Hi Taurus, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity, be it in your love lives or your career, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Taurians, the big news this month is that Mars is going retrograde, and it's going retrograde around the 9th, and it's going retrograde in your house of behind the scenes. But I'll talk more about this in detail. Let me break down the month for you. On the 2nd, we have a full moon that is there in your house of friendships. This is the place where you get together with people who have similar passions, goals, likes, and desires as you do. And it is also joining Neptune. Now, the interesting thing is that full moon always mostly tends to be far more emotional than a new moon is, because it's closure. We are coming to a kind of an acceptance, an end of a chapter. We are understanding that maybe we are, pretty much done with the existing situation. And for you, it has to do with friendships. It could be that a lot of you would have, you're quite done with the current set of friends and you're moving to a newer set of friends who have maybe, you're really into fitness, or you have gotten into fitness as of now, and you find people that you are now engaging with are also similar in mind, and they have similar goals as you do. And because we have Neptune that is there, it could also give you a sense of I think a sense of unreality. And also I would say that don't rush to form new friendships or be a part of newer groups or sort of share or pour your heart out during this time, because Neptune does not give enough clarity. It may bring about a sense of disillusionment by the end of it, because we can't see too clearly through the haze. On the 6th, we have Mercury that is moving into your house of day-to-day chores, and this is also the house of your health. And a lot of conversations that could be there around your health, around a new diet that you are, maybe you need to be adopting, or you're experimenting and you could be advocating a lot. Maybe some of you could be blogging and writing articles. A lot of you could be working, as are most of us. You could be in the challenging pandemic situation. You could be working from home, and you could be blogging, interacting, networking, largely through social media. There could also be a lot of negotiations. I think some of you could be publishing a book. It speaks about finishing a creative project. So you could be in between negotiations, maybe with a publisher. Maybe some of you, a book has just got published, and you could be figuring out as to how it is that you go about promoting the book or getting the word out. On the 7th, we have Venus that moves into your house of home and lovely. Venus is all about making everything beautiful, everything comfortable, and she's also about money. So a lot of you could be renovating. You could be just making your house more comfortable, more plush. And Taurians, you love your house to sort of reflect that luxurious side of you. So you could really be spending money and making it into kind of your love nest. On the 9th, we have Mars that goes retrograde till November 13th. This is happening in your house of behind the scenes. This is a house where we go and recuperate and recharge our spiritual batteries. It's also the house of secrets. It is also the house of compassion, and also where we come undone. Now, the interesting thing about the Mars retrograde is now Mars and Venus retrogrades by most of the astrologers, the traditional astrologers, is looked upon as the two planets whose retrograde tends to affect our love and our sex life. So, Mars being absolutely the definition of the male planet, and Venus being the absolute of the feminine one. Now, Mars being retrograde can bring about a lot of frustrations, because it's all about implementation, it's all about action. And because it is there retrograde in your house of behind the scenes, in any case, it does not like being over there, because you're having to think about things and go down more deeper, and maybe there could be some psychological, issues, some childhood past issues that could still be haunting you. Maybe things that happened, some trauma happened to you when you were much more younger, and that still haunts you. And Mars can bring about a lot of subconscious sort of chaos when it's in retrograde. It can bring about a kind of a fragility in us, which, and especially because it is there in the house of, like I said, it's a house of behind the scenes. It's about our, when we really go inward, it's not the most outward planet. So, and Mars being over there, it could be raking up things from the past, maybe things that you, I think, not just want to face or talk about, but maybe in a way that you feel that you have dealt with it and you no longer want to talk about them. But Mars retrograde is going to be bringing about a sense of almost that frustration that, I think I've dealt with this. Why is it that I need to be, why doesn't it let me be? Or, I don't want to deal with it as well. I think it's a wonderful time for you to be seeking a therapist. It's a wonderful time for you to be healing, Taurians. It's, let sort of, I wouldn't say let bygones be bygones, but I would say let the bygones heal. Wherever it is that the wound is there, if you feel that you don't look at the wound, it is going to go away. Unfortunately, for some of us, it does not. The hurt still stays. So it's a good time to be addressing those issues which may not be. You may seem quite fine to people. Everybody may say, "Oh, you're so gregarious, you're so put together, so confident." But there could be this side that could really be bothering you. It could just even be a silent depression. I don't know. But for sure, it's a wonderful time. It's a wonderful opportunity for you to be seeking out an expert. Retrograde will also bring about a lot of uncertainty, both personally and professionally. You could be swinging between being absolutely confident and feeling absolutely uncertain or fragile as far as your work and even your relationships are concerned. There could just be this total sense of confusion and ambiguity around you. But I think rather than doubting your work or doubting your relationship and saying that, oh, will my partner leave or will my relationship break, not just to yourself, but to your partner. And by that I don't mean that you move away from the house, but I mean by doing some introspection. Take a breather, pause, retrace your steps, look inward, and if looking inward scares you, seek a therapist who can help you do that. We have a new moon that is there in your house of love, romance, creativity, and children, and it is joining Sun. Beautiful. This is Sun loves being in this house, and a new moon speaks about new relationships, new opportunities to connect with your children. Maybe start a new creative project. Some of you could be, maybe be writing a piece of music. Some of you could be blogging aggressively, and for some of you, you could just be spending a lot of time with children. We have it is also wonderful for your personal relationships. On the 23rd, we have Sun that moves into your house of day-to-day chores, and it is also the house of your health. So you will be having, I think, not just clarity, but Sun is going to be giving you that courage, that push to sort of take charge of your life, to take charge of your health, your day-to-day chores. They won't, at times there's just that mundaneness of doing the day-to-day chores, which just gets all of us down. But with Sun being over there, it's going to be just giving you that extra push, what maybe the Mars retrograde dampener could be causing. We're closing the month on the 28th with Mercury that moves into your house of relationships, and wonderful, I think, a wonderful time to have conversations as far as your relationships are concerned, as far as things that bother you, things that can be reworked upon. A great time to collaborate with like-minded partners as well, to be merging, working together, networking, I think in any case, most of the work is being done virtually now. There is absolutely no reason as to why it is that you can't, collaborate with someone sitting, in another country or countries from you. So, wonderful time to be seeking that, having conversations regarding that collaboration as well. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Taurians. I do know that last month was not that great as far as the audio was concerned. I do hope that this month it's better. And stay safe. I look forward to seeing you again next month. And thank you so much for watching.